Give a little time for the child within you. Don't be afraid to be young and free. Undo the locks and throw away the keys and take off your shoes and socks and run you.
Bon boy to all. It's Jordan Jesse Go. I'm Jesse Thorne, America's radio sweetheart.
Fun boy. I'm Jordan Morris, boy detective.
I appreciate folks who are listening on the RSS feed will not realize that you enacted an elaborate greeting. Not just,
Yeah.
you didn't just voice it, you gave a full.
Sure. Yes, a bow, a respectful bow to the people of our kingdom, to which we say, bon boy.
Be they Marriott point members, Hilton point members, or indeed those who gather the points of Motel 6.
But if you have no points, to exile you go.
I have such a strong. Okay, let's introduce our guest on the program. She is one of the hosts of Comfort Creatures, our sister program at Maximum Fun, Alexis B. Preston. Hi, Alexis. How are you?
Hello, and bon voy, is that actually what I should say?
Well, we've switched to Bon Boy.
Bon voy, right.
The reason is that Jordan is no longer accumulating Marriott points. He switched to
Yeah.
Hilton points. So
Gold member over
Bon
here.
boy.
Gold member over here.
Yeah. Wow. Congratulations.
is
Thank
that,
you.
Jordan, do you-
Thank you. Not enough people have been congratulating me. The chat isn't
Yeah.
really congratulating me that much, which is insulting and selfish of them. But Alexis, thank you for being such a gracious guest.
Yeah.
And congratulating me on my free upgrades, money to use for food, and of course, water bottles in room water bottles.
Jordan, can I ask you a question? Would you say that the Austin Powers movie Gold Member was named after you, or that you were named after the Austin Powers movie Gold Member?
Oh, great question. Yeah, I mean, I think Mike and I mean, I'm not credited on the movie, but like, Mike and I,
This is
we got
Mike Myers from
Mike
the
Myers,
Mike
Halloween
Myers.
movies.
Yeah, Mike Myers. I call him Mike. Sorry, I just call him Mike. Like, to me, he's just a guy. Like, he's not a huge celebrity. He's just like a guy I know who likes me and thinks I'm good. And I just like forget sometimes that to other people he's a celebrity. Like, I forget because to me, he's just a guy. Anyway, sorry. So Mike and I, we got a room. We got a room at the Long Beach Homewood Suites. And we just kicked around some ideas. I'm like, I don't know. What if he's Dutch or something? I don't know. What if Beyonce's in this one? And yeah, like a lot of that ended up on screen. Probably like most of what I said ended up on screen. And I'm responsible for that movie. And but whatever. I'm not credited on it. It's fine.
That's great.
Yeah.
Did you write Beyonce's debut solo single that was on the soundtrack album of that movie?
Yes.
Work It Out?
Yes. I did.
Yeah.
I wrote it.
Great song. Congratulations on that, too.
Thanks.
No further questions. Just did you?
Thank you,
Yes.
thank you.
Okay,
Yes,
great.
I did. I will not be elaborating. It's the only song I've ever written. I decided to quit.
Wow.
that.
You did really good for your first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to. Hey, this is fun. People love a live stream because sometimes you get the bloopers. I'm going to turn off this extremely loud air conditioner that just turned on. Excuse me.
Ooh.
Great.
Cool.
While Jordan is turning off that extremely loud air conditioner, I will mention that it is MaxFunDrive time. We are over 800 new and upgrading members for Jordan Jesse Go. If we make it to 900, that will unlock a third bonus episode about Alex Inc., the horrible Zach Braff sitcom about podcasting that we will recap on our program, Podcast Movie Podcast. Sometimes we talk about shows. And besides that, it was announced just yesterday that Maximum Fun will be allowing all $10 and up members to purchase as many Max Fun pins as they'd like at the end of the drive. It will all benefit the Transgender Law Center. That's what it's called, right? Transgender Law Center? Seems right to me. whatever. It's very good. It's very important right now on account of the assault on the legal rights of transgender people, including my children. So we're very grateful to MaxFund for choosing that awesome recipient for that money. The full net proceeds of that sale always go to charity, and that's often $50,000 or $100,000, and pretty kick-ass. So become a member at $10 a month, get access to all those sweet ass pins. And you know what? How about this, Jordan? No matter what level you can join at, please join.
That would be great. Yeah. I mean, $5 a month. It's totally awesome. It's like a kind of $1 an episode. If you think about it, break it down. And yeah, you can also boost if you want to. You can get a gift membership. A lot of fun ways to support Max Fun.
Now, a lot of people know us as the Bond Boys. Some people know us as the Try Hard Guys. Some people know us as the gang from Jordan Jesse Go. But a lot of folks who are listening to and watching this stream will know us as the Subdoms. We are two guys that love to know about subreddits, be they bizarre, comforting, or bizarre and comforting. And my understanding, Alexis, is that you have a subreddit that you'd like to share with us.
It's true. Yeah. I'm glad also. I was thinking earlier, I was like, Reddit should have a category, like instead of like you just adding it to your list, you should be able to make those your DOMs instead of your subreddit. So I'm really glad that we're on the same page here with
that's excellent. That's excellent branding, Alexis. Yes.
Yeah.
Very,
I feel like they're
very
just missing
good
a
idea.
huge,
You should have your DOM subs.
Yeah, it's your
Can
DOM
I
subs.
pitch something to you before we get into Reddit, just to the two of you? Just an idea I had. I'm just spitballing. Yeah. MaxFun, MaxFun is, it's a subscription-based model, right? Like 75% of our total revenue comes from members of MaxFun. What if we expanded into FinDom? So like, obviously you can sign up for a subscription, $5 a month, but what if you just gave us your Swift and ICANN numbers or whatever they're called, give us full access to your bank accounts, and we become your daddy?
Yeah.
That's kind of
nasty
cool.
little pigs out there giving us all their cash.
Yeah.
Well,
so, I'm just saying, if you're a MaxFun pay pig, and you'd like to just snort around in your mud hole, while we put our high heels onto the balls of your bank account, that's also an option that's available to you. So either a $5, $10, $20 a month level, whatever you choose, or we can really grind your nards.
Yeah, how much what's like the gift amount you think before it's like Jesse Thorne will walk you on a leash?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be a remote relationship. I think if you join at the $200 a month level, I am willing to send you used socks.
Okay.
If that's what you're into.
Alexis, before you present your Reddit, we'd just like to know your history with Reddit. Like, what are some of your faves? Is it a place you browse a lot? Do you enjoy shit posting?
I used it way more actively in college, which I think is when you're supposed to use it the most actively. And I was much more frequent. Now I am more targeted. I sort of use it as like a half a search engine, because like that's the only way you can get real answers from people half the time. And what pops up for me the most are like the advice ones are like the am I an asshole, or am I overreacting? Like those just get fed to me and I just eat them up because I love to read people's texts. Thank you for giving me permission.
You're a nasty little pig.
Yeah, I do consider myself a nasty little pig. So yeah, that is sort of my history. And then, Reddit is complicated because parts of it are great and parts of it are the darkest part of the internet. So it's
True.
Yes. Yeah.
We all contain multitudes.
Yes.
Reddit has the delightful chat over there on r/rootbeer. It also contains, scum. we're the try hard guys. We're the Bond boys. We're all complicated. We're all just
Yeah.
figuring it out, man.
Multi dudes, if you will.
Multi dudes. Yes.
Yeah.
Is it time to present? Do you want to tell us about the
I'm
Reddit
ready.
you've brought today?
Yeah, I do. So to start, I really like names. You hear a new name, you go, ooh, what's that? I like to know the origin of names. Like, do you guys know what your names mean?
I think Jordan means like mighty river or something.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I think it was picked pretty
Makes sense.
arbitrarily by my parents.
Yeah.
So
Jordan, I'm sorry, Alexis. You don't have to
please.
listen to this.
I'll plug my ears.
But Jordan, is it possible that Jordan is a cum name?
oh my god, Jesse. Yes, it is. Okay.
Just wanted to check it.
Jesse, why are we wasting time? Yeah, it's a cum name. Come on, man.
My
Alexis,
name's,
do you know the? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
My name's Alexis symbolized the fact that my parents already hated each other by the time I was in utero,
Perfect.
and couldn't agree on anything, and just picked some shit from the Bible.
Yeah, that's kind of, I feel like, the classic. Yeah.
What is the biblical Jesse?
Jesse is the father of David, who killed Goliath.
Right.
Oh.
Ugh, one of the best.
Real legend. Michael
One
and
of the
Gabriel,
best
both
Bible guys.
archangels.
Mm-hmm.
Archangels are really S-tier angels, in my
Sure.
opinion.
For sure.
Yeah. Archangels OP. God, please nerf. God, nerf archangels.
Yes. Okay. So I like names.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're great. Oh, do
So,
you know the origin of your name?
Oh, yeah. It's like basically a derivative of like Alexander, which means helper
Okay.
or defender. Which, like, as a kid, you find out and you're like, I am that. I am a knight.
Hell yeah.
That was really important to me. Yeah. So I like sometimes will just be like, I wonder what that means. And so when you Google a name, kind of like I said, Reddit serves as like a search engine. Name nerds, r/name nerds pops up.
Ooh.
And what seems to be a fairly like straightforward subreddit has so much more drama than you would expect, and I love it for that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'll start with like a standard post. Usually it's like someone asking for name ideas. I have this one that's like, what are some names to go with Alton? Nice. Yeah. Right. So pretty straightforward. Our last name starts with a B, and they're looking for 2 syllables, and it's just people giving suggestions.
Are they writing a rap?
Yeah. Yes.
It needs to fit into a haiku.
Yeah. And then the other one I pulled up was like people looking for their daughter, and usually it's like we're looking for like a certain letter name is like the classic way of asking it, right? And yes, and they're pretty specific, and I kind of like the puzzle of it. Like, it's sort of like people have given you a weird puzzle, but also you have to win the competition for best name. And I doubt anybody's ever won, but I like it in my brain. So those are the standard posts. Those are your classic r/name nerds posts. There's also
Alexis, I have a question about that first standard post. So that first post, Stephen, if you could put that back up on the screen again. What I was struck by here is that they're looking for saint, weird, quirky, or nature names. All of those are capitalized. Is there a taxonomy in r/name nerds that we need to know about?
Not that I'm aware of, but I will say
I understand the respectfulness. I understand the respectfulness of like capitalizing saint or nature, but like also considering quirky to be something that needs to be exalted with a capital letter.
Quirky, nature.
Yes.
Weird. And do they? Okay, I hear.
Adorable.
Do you think weird is referring to Weird Al, and they're asking for
Oh,
derivatives?
right.
That's a good point.
It could be. Yes.
Yeah. So honestly, a delight, a little puzzle you can do. However, things get, as I said, a little bit juicier. I pulled up this one. It is called, what is the exact title of this? Warning parents, do not be fooled by the treachery of middle names.
The treachery of middle names.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is look at the capitals. Look how serious they are. They're
Yeah, no
terrified for
kidding.
you.
By the time the day is out, one of your middle names will betray me.
Look to your left. Look to your right. One of these middle names will stab you in the back.
This is a post in which they're saying, like, you might think you're safe with the first name you picked, that no one else picked. You think you got out of there scot-free. No one caught you. You got the perfect name. And you didn't even think about your middle name. You didn't realize that these are the most popular middle names. And they go off.
Disgusting. Disgusting. Ugh.
Holy
imagine.
cow. This is like a full, if this were in colonial America, this would be full pamphlet status.
Yeah.
This is not a sidebar in Poor Richard's Almanac. This is full pamphlet.
Yes.
This has headings. This has subsections.
Can we look at the disgusting common middle names that they're grossed out by?
Please.
Look, Marie, Jane,
Marie.
Grace, blah, these common ass middle names.
Yeah.
What are we reading here? Okay, yeah. This is fun. Having someone else scroll for you is kind of exhilarating.
It's
Grace
kind
is
of nice.
the
isn't it?
number 3 middle name, and the number something much lower than that first name. My first child is named Grace. My children having picked their own names, it really makes you realize how worthless most of your parental work is. It's so hard to pick names. And then one day your kid is just like, "Oh, my name's Scarlett." We're like, "Oh, okay, we would not have picked that because it's from my name's Scarlett."
Yeah. And also, like, at least Scarlett is a name. I feel like sometimes it's like, okay, I really worked hard on it, and you just like a friend of mine had a daughter, and just one day she watched Cars and was like, I want to be Sally now. And they were like, you're sure? And she was like, yeah, I'm Sally. And it has been years.
After
I
the
mean,
car
it's
from
better
Cars.
than if they had announced their name was Tater.
That's true. And also, though, is it better though? Part of me is like, at least there's like a humor to it. Like Sally is just
That's
a
a good
different
point.
normal name that they didn't give her.
I did call. Don't tell my middle child Scarlett, but we called her Tater for quite a long time, and it was because she looked like a potato. She doesn't anymore. Very, very beautiful and
grew out of her potato phase.
Yeah, definitely looked like a tater when she was 3 months old.
Yeah, they called me Tuber until I was 14.
No, but that's because you grew up to be a beautiful tulip.
That's true. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So people take this very seriously. What were you gonna say, Jordan?
Yeah, Aloe is in the comments and says that they are non-binary and live in New York City and have a lot of non-binary friends, and they know a lot of people named Sock and Mouse.
Yeah.
It's true. People who are choosing a non-binary name often go fully outside of the strictures of names. Yeah. And just start picking whatever the first noun they see is. I sometimes wonder if they've like, oh yeah, I'm called Tree.
I will say I worked with a very wonderful and talented person named Samurai Cop not that long ago.
Whoa.
Awesome.
Samurai Cop
Beautiful.
was a delight. Once you got to know them a little bit better, you could refer to them as Sam Cop.
Yeah. That's
Truly
awesome.
amazing. Truly amazing.
I
One
do
of my
have
greatest coworkers of all time.
a friend of mine who's non-binary, and they really hate those types of non-binary names, and it's such an interesting, like, I think that's half the fun, is that like I get to be just any word I find, and they're like, no, I don't want it, I don't like any part of it. I'm like, all right, fine, just seems like you don't want to have any fun. But
Yeah, my sibling is non-binary, and they are the type of non-binary where they really want to express that they don't give a shit about anything.
yeah.
And like when they called me, they were like to tell me they were non-binary. They were like, "Hey, hey, hey, Jesse, it's Brennan. Uh, their name's Brendan. I just want to tell you, I'm NB and Pan and whatever. You can call me Brendan. You can call me brother or him or she, whatever. I don't care. The whole thing just never made any sense to me." And I was like, "All right,
Cool.
cool,
Cool.
awesome, love you, buddy."
Alexis, are there any more
Yeah.
name nerds posts that we need to get to?
Yeah,
before we say goodbye?
there's one more, which is the other type of drama that pops up quite a bit in our name nerds, which is a name theft.
What?
Oh,
This
fuck.
happens.
A name heist, perhaps? Now you
A
got a movie.
heist. Yeah.
Get a crew together, a demolitions guy.
Yeah.
Heist some names.
They heisted the names. They Ocean 11'd it, and they were like, "But we
Wow.
can't all be the same code name." No. So this is like one of the most common drama posts, is that somebody, like, okay, for this one, as you can see, our friends who are expecting a few months ahead of us revealed their baby's name, and it's the name we'd been planning for years of our baby. And they're very sad, and they're like, do we still name this? Do we change it, even though they knew we were planning this? And I would say these pop up like pretty frequently, where it's like it'll be a friend, or it'll be like our sister stole it. And I love these. Like we were saying, like the am I overreacting post? I love these posts.
I love this too. I feel like people are very invested in having the most unique name that no one else has. And I just feel like you got to go full, like, you got to really lean into the Hebrew Bible. You know what I mean? You got to really go ape shit on some fucking Greco-Roman shit. Like, you got to do the research and come out with a child named Hezekiah.
Yeah.
Yeah, up until kind of recently, my my sister was very much in the world of like hip Christians, like Christians with really tight pants, and
Now she's Zoroastrian and she wears
Sure.
jean coats.
and yeah, told me that like the hip Christians of 2015 or whenever were doing a lot of like Old Testament Methuselahs, Hezekiahs, Japheths. So some pretty wild stuff, and yeah, all in the name of like having a biblical name that like not everybody at church has.
Yeah,
Yes.
I want. I feel like if you have any courage, you just name your child Bort.
There you go, do it.
Yeah.
That way, if somebody steals your name, you can say to them, "My child is also named Bort."
My child is also named Bort. You can all have a good laugh if you are a white guy between 35 and 45.
Yep.
And no one else. Alexis, this has been really enlightening. I do want to give you a chance to plug any great bonus content that's going on your show. We want people to join with this awesome bonus content. Is there anything y'all have planned for the drive that people should check out?
Yes, we actually a couple days ago just released a bonus episode with the folks from Let's Learn Everything.
Hey.
And it was very fun because we got to talk about their guilty pleasures, and they're all scientists. And so we were kind of like, all right, but like when you're not being smart, what are you doing? And my favorite part of it is that their Ella, I have an Ella, they have an Ella. Their Ella started off being like, I honestly don't really have any guilty pleasures. I'm pretty like open about all of my things. And then by the end of it was like, I don't know what I was thinking. There are things I've never even told you. And there are secrets revealed in that podcast that her own co-hosts were like, Ella, this is crazy. And I won't say any more because you have to go listen to it. But it's some juicy gossip, I guess, if you're craving that. It's in there.
Secrets revealed. I mean, that's reason enough to go to MaximumFun.org/join. That's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
Right. And if people have not checked out your show, period, is there a mainline episode that people should be downloading right now?
Yeah, we are a podcast for animal lovers, both real and imagined. If you find yourself gravitating towards the animal when you're at a party that's in the house, we're the show for you. Is usually what I. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
What is the top animal to learn about?
Oh,
Besides servals, we've already covered servals really effectively here on Jordan Jesse Go.
Yeah.
On
capybara talk, we have that covered. Axolotl, we're done with that. But anything else?
Okay. Well, our pin this year is the oarfish, and I think it's worth looking at. They're basically they look like a long fish snake, super long, huge, maybe kind of an underwater dragon, and they're considered to be like harbingers of the apocalypse often. And that's worth looking at is all I'm saying. Just check them out, see what they're up to.
They're really big, but also somehow look like they could swim up your nose. That's my feeling about an oarfish. Does that track for you?
Yes. They look like they do kind of look like when you see like germs and things tiny, they look like one of those huge.
Love it.
So, yeah.
If you're still listening to us, by the way, now is the time to go to MaximumFun.org/join. We are in the closing days of the MaxFunDrive. If you are listening to this before Friday, that's great. If you're not, look, we're not going to turn away your membership over the weekend. We're still counting it towards all our goals, and we will gladly accept it and send you prizes if the clock has turned. So please go to MaximumFun.org/join. Right now is the way to do it. Thank you so much to Eve is Evil for signing up today. We love you. You rule. Thank you to everybody else who has signed up. We really, really appreciate it. Shout out to Liz, who's a member and is a huge Stop Podcasting Yourself nut, as well as a longtime tuppy. Thank you to Gregory and Caleb, everybody out there in the chat. If you're listening to this before the end of the drive, we are live streaming every weekday morning at 9:30 Pacific, 12:30 Eastern time. So whether you just got to work and want to avoid work, or whether you are having lunch at your desk and want to avoid thinking about work, you can join us on our Instagram and the MaxFun YouTube channel. We're having a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining us, Alexis.
Thank you for having me.
Jesse, thank you, Alexis. And can I give a quick programming note? Speaking of the MaxFun YouTube channel, if you are listening / watching this on Tuesday, tonight, 8 p.m. PST live stream, the gang from Free with Ads, we're going to do a watch along of a Free with Ads movie. So you can start the movie the same time we start the movie, and we'll all watch together. Me, Emily Fleming, Matt Lieb, tonight, 8 p.m. PST, we'll be watching Fern Gully, The Last Rainforest. So please tune in and watch that along with us at 8 p.m. PST.
You know what I just realized?
Original Avatar.
Right before that, I'm glad you reminded me at 6 p.m. tonight. So before that, you can just keep on streaming because I'm doing Jackbox games with some other MaxFun folks. So you don't even have to turn your screen off at any point. You want to rack up that screen time,
The night's
Jordan,
entertainment is taken care of. Yeah, just keep it here. Keep streaming with
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Jordan, you know this is the Max Fun Drive of spring breaking, and because we have been doing so great on the Judge John Hodgman membership rolls, we just unlocked a watch along audio for the incredible, spectacular, beautiful film from Justin to Kelly. Yes, that's right. The spring break musical starring the first and second place winners of the original American Idol. You can watch it with us, endure it with us. It has it's not without charm, not entirely.
I would suspect that.
Kelly Clarkson is a bad actor, but Justin Guarini is actually not that bad.
Okay.
Annika Nani Rose is in it, and she's a multiple Tony winner, I think, or at least a multiple Tony nominee and single Tony winner. There's some good things about it. Overall, though, it's horrible, and you're going to want to watch it with our commentary so that you can tolerate it.
Thanks so much, Alexis. You're the greatest.
you.
Thank you for that deep dive into the world of name weirdos. We appreciate it.
Anytime. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, everybody who's been watching. We'll talk to you tomorrow on the Subdoms.
I'll hug you and kiss you and love you.
Love you.
Love you. Love you.
Love you.